Remember when Mizkif was just the goofy guy who hoarded Pokemon cards and ran one of Twitch's biggest orgs? Yeah, those were simpler times. Fast forward to 2025, and we've got a full-blown reputation meltdown. We're talking sexual assault allegations from Emiru, leaked chat messages about steroid abuse, a controversial kick gambling deal, and the entire streaming community picking sides like it's the world's messiest divorce. And that's just scratching the surface. Asmongold thinks he's headed to jail.
See, like, I don't feel sorry for you at all because you hurt other people in the process.
Former OTK members are distancing themselves, and somehow this all ties back to gambling sponsorships and mushrooms. Because of course it does. Let's unpack this disaster, shall we? Want to dig deeper? Head to SLOTSTREAMERS.BIO for exclusive bios, massive wins, and all the drama. First, let's rewind. Emiru joined OTK back in 2022, and for a while, everything seemed fine. She was the league queen, Mizkif was the org leader, they did streams together, standard creator house vibes. Then, October 2025 happened. Emiru came forward with allegations that are, frankly, horrifying.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point. I feel like it just has to be done.
Sexual assault, stalking, blackmail, and emotional abuse. OTK responded by immediately terminating Mizkif's contract and publicly supporting Emiru. Here's where it gets messier. Emiru wasn't alone. According to tons of sources, multiple female streamers started sharing their own experiences with Mizkif, ranging from uncomfortable DMs to boundary violations at events.
Oh, damn.
No claps yet. Oh my god, I hate him.
Mizkif hit back hard after Emiru's abuse and assault allegations, suing her, Asmongold, and OTK for defamation. He says the claims tanked his career, calling them straight up lies, and he's now chasing damages for lost income, emotional distress, and all the fallout. He's also beefing with OTK for cutting him off without even hearing his side. Things are officially heating up in court. But here's the thing about letting lawyers do the talking. It doesn't exactly scream innocence when the court of public opinion is already in session. The streaming world loves drama, but this hit different. These weren't just he said, she said, Twitter beefs. These were serious accusations with real consequences, and the community listened.
You puke a lot, you cry a lot, your stomach hurts all the time, you don't work at all, you don't do anything, you're lazy as hell, you're pretty much an abomination, you're weak, you're pathetic. I think he's got everything.
But wait, there's more! While all this was unfolding, leaked Twitch chat messages allegedly from Mizkif surfaced, revealing some, let's call them, concerning admissions. According to these leaks, Mizkif admitted to using steroids and shrooms during periods of depression, apparently thinking it would fix him. Now, we're no doctors, but self-medicating with substances that can literally alter your brain chemistry and hormones? That's not a fix. That's a recipe for disaster. Let's be real for a second. Steroid abuse isn't just about getting jacked. We're talking mood swings, aggression, paranoia, all the hits. And mixing that with psychedelics when you're already in a bad mental state is a chef's kiss for terrible decisions. To his credit, if these messages are real, Mizkif mentioned going to therapy, which is good. Therapy is great. But the ironic part is that he's seeking professional help while simultaneously harassing women and signing gambling deals. It's giving "I'm working on myself" while actively making everything worse vibes. And speaking of worse decisions, let's talk about that kick deal. Remember when Mizkif was vocally anti-gambling on Twitch? Talked about how sponsorships were predatory, how they hurt vulnerable viewers? Apparently that moral stance had a price tag, and Kick met it. The exact figure hasn't been confirmed, but word on the street is we're talking millions. Suddenly those principles got really flexible. Now, we're not saying the drug use caused the gambling deal or the alleged abuse, but it's hard to ignore the pattern of someone spiraling, making increasingly questionable choices, and leaving destruction in their wake. Enter Asmongold, Mizkif's longtime friend and OTK co-founder. And even he thinks this is bad. Asmon went on record saying Mizkif is spiraling. facing potential legal consequences, and might be looking at a permanent Twitch ban. When your closest ally is publicly predicting jail time, that's not great, folks. But Asmongold wasn't the only one weighing in. The streaming community had opinions too. Sneeko chimed in with his trademark chaos energy.
I haven't even figured out what happened yet. All she said so far was that he was hate watching her stream and he dismounted after she moved his hands out of his, after she screamed and left. Like what I haven't seen him guilty of anything yet.
Stable Ronaldo expressed disappointment, and the drama community content machine went into overdrive.
It's bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. None of it even makes any sense.
Where do conspiracy theorists start rubbing their hands together? The timing. Emiru's allegations went public shortly after a specific incident became the catalyst for everything that followed. During a meet and greet at TWITCHCON 2025, a large man ran up to Emiru and bear hugged her out of nowhere. The video went viral immediately, and the response was swift and brutal. Twitch staff got absolutely roasted for their lack of security. The incident sparked massive conversations about streamer safety at conventions. Most importantly, it triggered something in Emiru. It brought back trauma and pushed her to speak up about past experiences, specifically her allegations against Mizkif. POKIMAN'S spoke up after Emiru's story broke, saying these recent sexual assault and harassment incidents brought up emotions from her own past trauma. She didn't name names, but we're not idiots. This was about accountability finally catching up in the community, but not everyone saw it that way. Some, like Sneeko, accused Pokimane of jumping in for attention rather than support. Coordinated or not, the result is the same. Mizkif's career imploded in spectacular fashion, and the streaming community had to face some uncomfortable truths about power and accountability. And if you're curious about the stories behind other streamers, head to SLOTSTREAMERS.BIO for deeper profiles and the drama that keeps viewers coming back.